morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm here at Ciocca Subaru in Ewing. Take a look at a brand new 2023 Subaru Crosstrek Sport. Let's dig in. Front end of this Subaru Crosstrek Sport. The paint is magnetite gray, which I like because Subaru puts that black cladding around the car to protect it, as they expect these cars to be taken off-road and into the mountains, and I think it blends in nicely with that magnetite gray paint. Let me know what you think. As far as lighting, we have standard projector beam lighting for the headlights and fog lamps, as well as your turn signals. And then we have the Subaru blacked out grille in the middle with the Subaru badge blacked out underneath as well, to give it a nice cohesive design. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Crosstrek Sport. We have a gunmetal gray wheel, Subaru badge in the middle, ventilated rotors, standard calipers, wheel size 225 on the width, 60 series sidewall, 17s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Full side profile on this Crosstrek. Again, a very good looking car. We have that hard body line coming up from the flared front fender across both door handles and into the rear tail light. Gives it a really nice sense of motion, but overall a nice design here from Subaru. As we move in again, we have this black plastic here to protect this paint and fender area from stone chips. As Subaru, a lot of these Subarus are used up on elevation and in the mountains and on trails, so that'll protect the paint, which I think is a good idea. We're color matched on the side view mirror. We have LED turn signals, color matched on the front and rear door handle. Right side fuel filler cap, up top color matched shark fin antenna, and a standard size sunroof. All right, rear of the car, we have a very low, small roof spoiler, therefore the rear wipers at the bottom of the glass, standard lighting in the back, the Subaru all-wheel drive badge on the left, the Crosstrek Sport badge on the right of the license plate. Down below, our exhaust is tucked up underneath with more of that flat black cladding and the magnetite gray paint, which I think is a nice combo. All right, under the hood of this 2023 Crosstrek Sport, we're looking at a 2.5 liter, 4-cylinder boxer engine, mated to a CVT transmission, 182 horsepower, 176 pound-feet of torque, MPGs, 27 in the city, 34 on the highway, 29 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can use regular unleaded gas. All right, we are sitting in this brand new 2023 Subaru Crosstrek Sport. And before we get to the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, MSRP, the way this one is optioned, and this car does have a few options on it, you're looking at a price of $31,826. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the foot box, we got a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator, all rubber finish. We have the all-season, all-weather sport floor mats. We have our lever to open our fuel filler. Manual seats for both the driver and front passenger with the Subaru StarTex material interior, which feels like leather, but it isn't. And it's easily washable to get rid of all of that grime and gook if you're taking it out into the woods and into the mountains, and it's easily cleanable. But it's called StarTex is the official name. Nice two-tone with stitching, the Crosstrek name stitched in to both front seats, so it looks very, very nice, and I love all the cross stitch all over the place. It really brings out the color of the gray. Door panels are very nice. They have that two-tone gray going on with soft touch up top, black door handles, this faux carbon fiber look around the door handle, which I think with the sport trim fits right in. We have nice flat black on the switchgear, a nice soft armrest with cross stitch. On the dash, more soft touch, more of the cross stitch, which is nice. Some of this fingerprint-free black trim, and then a nice large glove box. All right, we have our upper display on the upper dash. Again, nice soft touch with the cross stitch, which I like. This is going to give you your time of day, outside temperature, average miles per hour, your auto AC controls, where you have the climate set. And then as you move down, we have the 8-inch Subaru Starlink multimedia system. This one does not have nav in it. You'd have to pay extra to get the one with nav, so you need to use your nav through your phone, which is no problem for me. Let me know what you think about that. And then we have our menu settings where you can adjust your user profiles, driver profiles, brightness adjustments on the screens, how to the display screen on or off. We have our Wi-Fi hotspot right here and our Android Auto connection right there. So everything is in order. What I don't see in here is an Apple CarPlay connection. So I'm not sure if this is equipped with Apple CarPlay or just Android Auto. If you have one of these cars, let me know in the comments. We have our radio and media controls down here with our home button, four-way hazards, climate control, which is now getting pretty hot in here. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Down below, we have a nice rubberized area for storage. And then you have an aux jack, 2 USBs, and a 12 volt. Here is our gear shift to go through the CVT. Nice StarTex material again with the cross stitch. Looks good. Manual emergency brake. Heated seats for the driver and front passenger. Here are our X modes, which we'll show you a little bit later. 2 cup holders right here. Here's our Subaru key fob lock. The Subaru badge is unlock. Pop the tailgate and our panic button. Nice weight. And now as we move over to the center armrest, which is a little bit further back in this car, again, that nice StarTex material with cross stitch. Now that I've moved, it's hard to find the button. And now as we move in here, as you can see, we have another 2 USBs and a 12 volt. Okay, rear backup camera. We put this into reverse and we have a nice backup camera. It takes up the whole screen, nice and clear with trajectory. Nice job. Subaru steering wheel, nice. Steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, nice gold stitching to fit in with the rest of the car. Some gold trim down on the bottom of the wheel, which is nice. Subaru badge in the middle. Like the way this looks. On the left, you have your telephone and voice commands. On the right, you have your safety suite and cruise control commands. On the stalks, we have our headlights and fog lamps. And on the right, our front and rear wiper controls. We do have paddles to go up and down the CVT transmission. Down on the bottom here, you're looking at a couple of blank switches, but also to brighten and dim the dash, traction control off, auto stop start off, and safe exit off. So that's what those are. As we move in closer to the dashboard, we have that analog digital combo with analog gauges for your speedometer and tachometer. And then you have a digital display for your fuel level, as well as miles per gallon, at miles per hour, range to tank, tire pressure, that sort of thing. But I do like that gold stripe circle on each one of the analog gauges. I think, again, that ties in nicely with this gold cross stitch. So it's a very handsome looking dash. Even if it isn't all digital, I think they've done a nice job here because it's simple, easy to read, easy to understand as you're driving and you're glancing down at it. Okay, drive mode time. We have our S button on the right side of the steering wheel right here, and the I button. S is sport, I is normal for the most part. So if we look at it, we hit S, we get into our sportier drive. And then if we hit I, then we get into the more normal drive. So this is what we call SI drive in Subaru. And then our X mode action, we have we have snow and dirt, and then deep snow and mud are the X modes. So we're going to leave this in the more, we're not going to put it in X mode. We're going to leave this in the SI drive on the sportier side, and we'll see how this baby performs. All right, overhead console time. We have standard lighting inside of this Crosstrek. Here are controls for the sunroof. Here is the control. If you move it to the left to door, that means when you open the door, the lighting will come on, and when you close the door, the lighting will go off. We have our SOS button in case there's an emergency. So overall, a nice setup on the overhead console. We now go to our sun visor. We open that up. Nice mirror, standard lighting. We pull this off and pull it around, and then we have our extension to block out the sun coming in from the side. So I like the way Subaru does that. All right, we're in the back of this Crosstrek Sport, and I have really nice headroom here. The roof does have a cutout for your head, so I got plenty of headroom at 5'11", plenty of shoulder width room. This seat is set for my driving position. I got plenty of knee space, nice consistency of design front to back. We have the same soft touch up top, the faux carbon fiber black door handle, flat back on the switchgear. We got the gold cross stitch on the soft armrest on the door. So overall, Subaru has done what they needed to do to get that same design from the front to the back, which I like, because sometimes they cheap out on the back seats. Not Subaru, but in general, car makers will cheap out on the back seats and put all the nice stuff up front. So I like the way they have brought that back here as well. Good job from Subaru. All right, on the rear console, there's nothing here, but there are two USBs inside the center console. Those are for the rear passengers. So that's where you would plug in if you were in the rear. The heat and air vents are not back here. I'm assuming they're probably on the floor. We don't have a seat pocket in back of the driver, but we do have a seat pocket in back of the front passenger for rear seat passenger storage. So that's a nice touch. But we don't have a center armrest to come out here from the center with cup holders. You'll need to use the seat pockets and the cup holders down there if you're sitting in the back seat. I would like to see a center armrest. I don't like it when manufacturers don't give you a center armrest. But again, we have this nice seating, StarTex material, and there's that gold cross stitch on the back. So nice job from the Subaru there. All right, rear tailgate. You can either do that, pop in it from the key fob, or you can come to the back, and underneath the Subaru badge, there's a little button. You hit that, and you need to lift it up yourself. There's no electric assist. And in the back, we have a nice large area for storage. Here are the sport carpeted floor mats if you'd like to use those instead of the all-weather ones. This car does come with the wheel lock set as well. It also comes with the all-weather Subaru cargo mat, so that's nice. And as we open up underneath, we have a nice spare. So thank you, Subaru, for including the spare. And we do have lighting in the back, so that's a nice touch, even if it's standard lighting. Now we do have a security shade right here that you can remove if you don't want it. To get the rear seats down, all you have to do is pull up on this and throw them on down. Really easy, and they're very light. That doesn't take much to push them down. And now you have a lot more room in the back for those larger items. And if you remove this security shade, then you're going to get a lot more height if you have real tall items. So I like the versatility of the back of this Crosstrek. It's a bit cloudy out today, a bit of a glare, but here is the window sticker for this 2023 Subaru Crosstrek Sport. Feel free to pause the video, take a closer look at all the options that are in this one. And now let's take her out for a spin. All right, so we are now in the Crosstrek, in the SI drive with the sportier setting. So let's check this out, see how she does. All right, we got the CVT working at it to get us up to speed. I love the engine. 2.5 liter naturally aspirated boxer, you know, stellar engine from Subaru, no issues. Beautiful reliability and everything else that goes along with that engine. Again, you always know when I look at these Subarus, I'm not in love with the CVT overall, but at this price point, I'm not going to hammer on it. Too bad this is not an upper level trim Crosstrek. The Sport is kind of in the middle of the road, but I do love the way this entire interior is laid out. I love this water repellent StarTex seat fabric. I think that's terrific. I mean, I've seen these Crosstreks used in action, whether it's skiing, mountain biking, camping. I mean, people take these things all over the place, and they, you know, this type of material is perfect for just wiping it out, cleaning it out easily when you're done. I like that they give you the all-season floor mats, but then you have the carpeted ones if you want to put those in as well. Great visibility out the windshield. Great visibility out the rear window. Nice large side view mirrors, which I like. Really looks good. We have all of that Subaru safety technology in here, including the blind spot monitoring, the lane keep assist, cross traffic alert. All that good stuff is in this. Now, the cross traffic alert had to be optioned in, so it's an extra add on this particular car, according to the window sticker. But overall, I like the safety suite. We're going over some speed bumps, nice and easy, and the car is really solid. You close the doors and they close like a safe. Just a nice, and it closes. There is no rattles or squeaks. The suspension is nicely damped for the drive and what you're using it for. So it's a really well put together car, and I can tell just by driving this, and I've driven a few Crosstreks now, the reason why this car is just so popular with the folks out there purchasing cars. You know, they sell a ton of these Crosstreks, and it's easy to see why. Because it's very versatile. You have good space in the back, so if you need to carry stuff around with you, you're all set. You're comfortable in the front seat. These seats are extremely comfortable. You have plenty of room in the back seats for rear seat passengers as well. You know, you have your roof rails where you can stick on your crossbars, or you can stick on a camping equipment up top, and you can carry that around with you, which I've seen on the road, these people doing that. So it's a really, really well put together, well designed, well packaged car that attracts people. There's no doubt about it. And again, I really like this car. I wish I could spend more time in it. However, this car needs to get back to the dealership here in a few minutes. Don't know why, but that's what they told me. So I'm going to have to cut this drive a little bit on the short side, just because they need to have this car back, unfortunately. I thought maybe I was going to get more time with it, and I thought I was planning on taking this thing up to some dirt roads up north of here, but that isn't going to happen today, unfortunately. Again, that CVT, a little noisy on the takeoff, but you know what? The horsepower in this engine gets it up to speed, no problem. Under normal use, you're not going to have an issue. I put it back into that normal comfort mode, and now everything is relaxed. You can feel the steering wheel relax. You could feel the suspension relax. So they do a nice job giving you a difference in drive depending on what mode you're in, which I really like. So let me know what you guys think about this 2023 Crosstrek Sport. I think it hits a really good sweet spot in the lineup as far as value and as far as features for the price. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're cross-shopping this against anything else. Frankly, most Subaru Crosstrek folks that I run into really don't cross-shop it at all. They come to the dealer wanting a Crosstrek, and they go ahead and buy themselves a Crosstrek. So let me know what you think. I would like to thank Ciocca Subaru in Ewing for allowing the channel access to film this car this morning for a review. It's much appreciated. I would like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.